Okay, I'll just pick up with, okay, so I've just noticed in the last couple months that your heart rate coherence numbers, which is looking at how the breathing is lining up with the heart, has gone to almost like another level. Like it was always been good. You've always been a good breather. When we've had leaderboards with the players, you're always beating the players and have for years. But there's something different this last 2 months. And it just seems like I just needed to talk to you about it. Like, what is this? Because somebody who's your age, which is much younger than me, still shouldn't be knocking off these numbers. So can you tell me a little bit about what's going on, and then what have you experienced as that's going on?
Yeah. So the past couple months, first, I think that there's one thing in life that every single human being has in common, and that's your breath.
Sure.
Without it, you die.
Yeah.
And then you no longer have that in common with me. So it's something that makes sense. It's something that I know I do regularly on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I do it, then I have a lapse in time.
Mm.
And I had a little lapse for a bit, and I noticed in my own personal cycle, my own personal life, that certain things were starting to happen to where I was starting to hit the down part of my slope about mid-season, which is kind of typical throughout the past 7 years. Personally, my wife's about to have a kid. I'm 42 years old, so that's a little terrifying as well.
And this is
kid number 4.
4?
8 years after kid number 3.
Wow.
So a little bit of a curveball, to say the least. So I think the football season has helped me stay focused.
Yeah.
But as we get closer towards the end, the focus starts to shift to where it really should be.
Yeah.
And as that focus started shifting, I started getting very anxious, and I started getting very nervous.
Because you were coming out of that structure of the football season.
Yep.
And you're thinking, it just started opens the floodgates.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And the football season never really truly ends,
right,
other than what we see on TV. For us as a staff, like we keep working,
right?
But at the end of the day, the schedule is significantly different, and what that looks like. So I could tell that I was starting to subconsciously prepare for that whole process, and that was taking away from my presence. And what I know keeps you present, because it's the only thing that is true, is your breath.
Wow. Yeah.
So that kind of spurred my butt to get back into it, and to lock back into it, and to be consistent with it. And I think I have been.
Yeah, you have. I mean, the numbers are incredible. And we were in, I think we bumped into each other when the team was in Green Bay.
Yep.
And just out of the blue, I mean, we know that we've had this synergy, but we started talking about how breath and this alignment actually there might be something going on here.
Most
so
definitely.
Tell me what you're thinking on that.
Most definitely. So if you just think about the body being a hose, just one body being a hose.
Yeah.
And if there's any sort of crinkle in the hose, any sort of elevation or off kilter, that water's going to take a longer period of time, or the water's not going to even come out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you turn the water on, that's your brain.
Mm-hmm.
When the water comes out, that's your body moving.
Right.
So if there's a kink and that water can't come out, the body can't move. So to me, knowing that I'm in very good alignment because I practice it every day. I know certain players that also practice the alignment portion and the breathing portion. And then we have players that practice the breathing but don't do the alignment, and players that practice the alignment and don't do the breathing.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of see the difference. And it's not a physiologic difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a biologic difference. It's not a how they breathe different. It's a state.
Interesting.
It's a
state,
posture.
literally.
It's literally a posture. It's how you hold yourself.
Yeah.
Right? We always say in my world that posture is an autobiography of all your experiences, and where you're at currently.
Man, I keep wanting to sit up straight.
Winnie the Pooh is the perfect example, right?
Yeah.
Tigger is the spaz. He's high. He's
Yeah.
always up and bouncing. And then you've got Eeyore.
You are, yeah.
Right? And
It's
then
true.
there's
They're
just
all
kinda-
about posture, aren't they?
Every single character is identified by posture.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the posture and the breath, when I get really nervous and anxious, I get very tight in my upper back.
Yeah.
My head comes forward.
Yeah.
That's the majority of us. Well, when your head comes forward and you go into a C instead of an S, what's that do to your head? It pushes it forward. Then you're not able to get enough oxygen in.
Yeah.
So even if you can access your diaphragm, you're not doing it nearly as efficiently as
Wow.
you can.
Wow.
So the goal for me is to change the angles from the head to the shoulder to the hip so that that spinal curve can allow the proper angles of the breathing to access the diaphragm. And
So
then-
it's not just taking 3 deep breaths.
No, it's not. It's not. But the breath can also trigger the postural shift as well.
Yeah.
Not just the posture is going to help improve the breathing.
Yeah.
The breath can help you change the posture. It's meditation, right? It's
Yeah.
mindfulness.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to be in a this is the guts behind meditation and mindfulness ultimately.
Right. This is the science.
This
behind
is
all
the
this.
science
Yeah.
behind it all. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
You can't separate. You have to integrate.
Yeah.
And like you said, the synergistic happenings between the alignment of the body and how efficient and well it can breathe are so important. Because your brain and your heart, your gut and your head, they all talk 7,000 times per second
Yeah.
per day.
They're just going.
They're going constantly, so there has to be a little harmony. You know?
It's kind of like I think the college students at our kiosk, they probably get sick of me coming in and saying, "Hey, small your back up against the seat, stop slouching,
Yeah.
shoulders back," and they're probably thinking, "Aren't we just coming in here to breathe?" You know. But I think there's been a part of me that I've noticed just unconsciously that if that person doesn't get the posture right,
Yeah.
it's not just breathing.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more to this
Yeah.
than just exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide. Your whole structure has to be a part of it. And what you're doing, that I can see scientifically on your numbers, you're creating a perfect vessel for breathing to happen in a way that your heart just looks like a beast. It's unbelievable how strong your heart is when we look at this. Let me ask you, we'll just kind of finish up here. I hear people nowadays, the big word is resilience. Everybody's saying resilience this, resilience that. How would you define that, and how would you say what we're talking about maybe feeds into that in a way that's just not a catchphrase?
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I think, posture, for example, has been a fad word big time over the past couple of years. Everybody and their mother never wanted to discuss posture or talk about the importance of it. It was just kind of something that your mother told you to do when you were slouching at the dinner table. But it coincides with resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Resilience to me is your ability to fight through adversity, but not have to fight through adversity. You can be resilient and be in the moment without having to fight. And it's a calmness, it's a coolness, it's being collected and present and being where your feet are.
Yeah.
And knowing that what your next step is the appropriate step to take no matter what it is, because what you've done to that point has set you up to make that correct decision. That's resilience.
That's what it's the preparedness.
Resilience cannot occur in a week. It cannot occur in a month. Anytime you ask a guy, "Hey, how'd you have such a good game?" Well, it doesn't have anything to do with my week of practice.
Yeah.
It has to do with how I slept 6 years ago and how it changed my life, and how that then became my routine and structure to help set me up for this 6 years later. I truly believe that what I do before 6 a.m.
Let's make sure
sets me up and prepares me to lay my head down and sleep at night. And that's, 18 hours away from each other. But I believe that resilience is something that's trained. And resilience is something that's accepted, but it's defined by you. Whatever you have to be resilient in, that's what you got to go for.
Right, and that's what you have to train for.
That's what you have to train for and prepare for. And it's not everybody has to train the same way.
Yeah.
But we still all breathe, and we still all have posture. Posture's our home. You get one of them for your whole life.
Yeah. I love it. So I'm going to finish with this, and we may have already actually answered this, but I always ask people when I'm talking to them, our company is Inner Armor, and so I always like to ask this question, and you haven't even been prepped on this, okay? What do you think it means to have an inner armor? What do you think it means to have an inner armor?
I mean, you're robust, man. You're capable, you're durable, you're willing. Having inner armor, in all seriousness, it allows you to face that adversity and not panic.
Oh, there we go.
Right? It's like I've told you a million times, the first thing I do when I wake up is I go and get into an ice bath. It's 37 degrees. It's between 4:30 and 5 a.m. It's the last thing I want to do every morning.
Wow.
But because I do that and I'm choosing that, I know that no matter what bullshit, stress the rest of the day brings, I can handle it.
That's
as long
awesome.
as I did my breathing.
While you were there we go. I got to get the breathing. That's awesome. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
awesome.
brother. Appreciate you.